What's going on, everybody? Most Feared is finally upon us. Most Feared is probably one of the most popular programs in Madden, and it's always a treat as we always get a couple of good cards throughout this promo. So I'm here to give you guys a scouting report breakdown of the Most Feared program and see what cards you should be looking to add to your teams and what cards you should be looking to gloss right on over, because they ain't really going to help us out in these Madden streets, you know? Now, Most Feared is a 4-part promo with 3 releases, and then I assume a special release for Halloween, which would be the 4th part. But without further ado, let's jump right into the cards and see what we're looking at. So starting off, we have the filler cards that nobody really cares about, but we're all going to get a bunch of. We got Rudy Ford, Packers free safety. Nothing to really look at. 85 speed is what it is. Then we have a Devin Duvernay for the Ravens. 88 speed is actually solid. If you're running a Ravens theme team, he could be a nice little budget receiver for you with 88 speed, but that's about it. Next, we have Mike Donna, left end for the Chiefs. Yeah, nothing too great going on over here. Nothing too great going on over there. Then we have Evan Neal. I don't know how Evan Neal got a Most Feared card, because the only person who fears a Giants lineman is probably Daniel Jones, their quarterback, because they can't block for nothing. I don't think any defense fears a Giants lineman, but we got an 8-3 overall Evan Neal for the Giants. Then we have left outside linebacker Sione Takitaki, 84 speed. He's not a good pass rusher, terrible pass rushing stats. He's not that great of a guard. Then we have 83 overall left tackle DJ Humphries. Not much to say about this card. 83 overall Dawson Knox. Again, there's much better tight ends in the game. We're not looking at any of these cards. Then we have 83 overall Kareem Jackson, strong safety for the Broncos. 85 speed, 87 hit power. Now we move on to the 87 overall cards. We have a free safety Malik Hooker for all the Cowboy fans out there. 87 speed, 87 zone. Nothing crazy. He's a nice little budget free safety. If you're running a Cowboys theme team, he'll probably help you. Probably be serviceable for you. Now, then we have Tyler Higbee, 86 speed, 90 spec catch, 70 run block. A decent card if you're running a Rams theme team. He's a solid little card, but he's not really going to do much for your team outside of a theme team. Then we have 87 overall Kendall Fuller, 87 speed, 87 zone. So a nice little zone corner if you're in need of one. Again, he's not a top end card, but he's a nice little budget corner if you need one. Then we have 87 overall Gabe Davis, 87 speed, 87 medium route running, 88 deep route running. So for anyone rocking a Bills theme team, again, another nice little budget receiver that you can add to your Bills theme team. Then we have 87 right outside linebacker Joe Tryon Shoyinka. I don't know what this dude is. 87 finesse move. Other than that, this card, it is what it is. Probably won't be on most people's teams. Next, we move on to 87 overall T. Higgins. Terrible route running stats. He's slow with 86 speed. It kind of is what it is. Probably not going to be one to use this T. Higgins card. Now, moving on to the 90 overalls. These are the cards that we're all looking to. These are the cards that are going to make a difference on your team. And starting off, we have 90 overall man-to-man corner of Vontae Maddox. 91 speed. I'm pretty sure 91 speed is the fastest speed in the game we have right now. He also has 90 man coverage, so for those of you that like to run man, 91 speed, 91 excel, and 90 man, he's going to be a great man-to-man corner for you. 84 zone coverage. I'm more of a zone guy myself, so it's unfortunate that he only has 84 zone, but this is 90 over Vontae Maddox, and I'm pretty sure these cards come with baked-in abilities. So that's something to look out for too. Also, these are the Most Feared Arcana champions. There's 2 types of champions in Most Feared. We have the Arcana champions, and then we have the regular champions. I'll go into more of that when we get to the sets, as that's really when you see the difference between these cards. This is 90 overall Vontae Maddox, a solid corner. If you're in need of a new corner, he's a solid pickup for your team, and probably someone you should be looking to get day one. He's definitely one of the better Most Feared champions in part 1 of this promo. Next, we have Cooper Kupp, 90 overall slot receiver for the Rams. 88 speed, it's cool. He has good route running, 91 short route running, 91 medium, 86 deep. He's a solid card. There's probably better receivers you can get in the game, but if you run a Rams team, he's a solid receiver you can put in. But Overall, I probably would stick to some of the other receivers we have in the game, like the DK Metcalfs of the world. Next, we move on to Matthew Judon, left outside linebacker for the New England Patriots. Solid speed, solid acceleration. You like to see that on edge rushers. 75 block shed, though. I don't know why they did him bad on his block shed. He does have a 90 power move, but I just don't know how I just don't know how that 75 block shed is going to impact this card. Other than that, it's a solid card. And again, these are the Arcana champions that I'm going through right now. And continuing with the Arcana champions, we have 90 overall George Kittle. Solid tight end, 88 speed, 92 catching, 90 spec catch, 90 short route running, 88 medium route running, 77 run block. I felt like he was a little disrespected on his run block, as George Kittle's probably the best run blocking tight end in the NFL. Overall, again, he's not a bad card. If you're running a Niners team, he could be solid for you, though you do have Vernon Davis, which is kind of the issue with this card, is that we just have a bunch of other tight ends that are serviceable. Like the Kyle Pitts that just dropped, you know, Vernon Davis is a good tight end. Even Michael Mayer is still a solid tight end if you still want to use him. So, George Kittle, he's a solid tight end, but probably not someone you're running to get day one. Next, we have 90 overall Von Miller. He is the LTD of Part 1 of the Most Feared program. A solid looking card, 87 speed, 88 acceleration, 87 block shed, 85 power move, 91 finesse move. He does have 80 strength, which is a bit low, but other than that, Von Miller is actually a really solid card, and he's probably one of the cards that you might consider picking up day one. Now, he is an LTD, so he might be a little expensive. We're gonna have to see how much he's going for when the program actually drops. So, depending on the price, you might want to pass up on Von, but if you are able to get your hands on Von Miller, he'd be a nice addition to the team. Next, we have 90 overall Cody Whitehair. He's a lineman. I'm not going to talk too much about him. He's the second LTD along with Von Miller. Solid stats, but he's an LTD, so he's going to be a little more expensive. And we're not looking to spend a ton of coins on linemen. We just take the free lineman they give us. Next, we have 90 overall strong safety Buda Baker. Now, these are the regular Most Feared champions. These aren't the Arcana players anymore. So, with Buda Baker, 89 speed, 87 man, 90 zone, 89 power. He's a solid strong safety. You know, you like your strong safeties to be able to play man zone, have solid speed, and be able to lay the hit on people to force those fumbles. So he's a solid card. He's definitely a nice little pickup day one if you are interested in a Buda Baker. Especially if you're running a Cardinals team. He'll probably be really good on a Cardinals team for you. Next, we have Marquise Pouncey. Again, another lineman. It's a solid card. If you're in need of a center, you run a Steelers team, it's a solid card to pick up. But me personally, I don't spend a lot of coins on linemen. I just take the free linemen to give you from the B&D fantasy packs you get from the field pass and whatnot. So, solid card, but I'm not going to spend my coins on it. Next, we have left end Jared Allen, who's the other champion. 84 speed, 82 excel, so he's a tad bit slow. But he does have 90 strength along with 90 block shed and 90 power move. So, he's a solid end card. As I said, he's a little bit slow. But if you're running a Vikings team, he should be a solid pickup and you can get that speed up. But a decent card. Not a card you're running to get immediately, but he's a decent card if you can get your hands on him. Next, we have one of the notable names in this promo, Marshawn Beast Mode Lynch. Halfback for the Seattle Seahawks. 89 speed, so he has decent speed, along with 89 acceleration. 89 change of direction, 89 truck, and 90 break tackle. I'm curious to see how his break tackle is going to impact this card, because the thing with power backs is that if they're not over a certain weight, their trucking doesn't really matter. I'm curious to see what weight they give Marshawn in the game, and if he doesn't meet that weight threshold, like a Derrick Henry card that we have. I'm curious to see if that 90 break tackle will help a little bit so he can truck more players and break more tackles. But it's a solid card. You know, the running back market's a little bit saturated. You know, we did just get that unstoppable Derrick Henry, so if you have him, I don't know if you're going to be rushing to get this Marshawn Lynch, but if you don't, this is a solid card to pick up. And of course, if you want a Seattle Seahawks team, this is probably a card you're looking to get to. Now, moving on, we have the Most Feared login calendar. So if you log in for 21 days, these are all the rewards you can get. You know, we have the Most Feared welcome pack day one, and a whole bunch of XP. You get an 83 plus overall Most Feared player. Treats is the currency for this promo too. So if you log in for 8 days, you get 600 treats, some more XP. Day 10, you get some more treats, and a whole bunch of XP and treats. Day 14, you get 2,000 treats. I wonder what's going to happen on day 14. You get 2,000 treats, some more XP and treats, as you can see. And then on day 21, you have the option between 2K treats or B&D 87 overall Most Feared Hero Fantasy Pack. It's going to be interesting to see what we can get with the treats, because if they have some solid store offers, that we can dive into with these treats, then probably take the 2K treats over the BND, but we'll have to wait and see when this program actually drops to see what can we actually do with these treats. Now this is the most feared field pass rewards. You get a whole bunch of XP in here as well, along with a bunch of treats. At level 8 we get an 87 overall BND most feared hero fantasy pack, so if you want to take the 2K treats from the login, here you can get another 87 overall BND fantasy pack. Level 16 you get another 87 one. Yeah, so if you're getting a bunch of 87s in the field pass, and you're better off just taking all the treats from the daily logins. And then at level 25 you get a choice between an 87 overall most feared fantasy pack, which is auctionable, or a 90 overall BND most feared fantasy pack. Take the 90 overall BND. There's no point in getting the 87 auctionable. Just take the 90 so you can have a card you can use in your team. But yeah, this is the most feared field pass and all the rewards you get from that. Now next we have a mystery player who can be upgraded to an 89 overall, and he will be revealed on Halloween day. So from now until Halloween, they're going to drop a whole bunch of clues so we can try to figure out who this right outside linebacker is, and then by Halloween day we will be able to upgrade this card to an 89 overall and figure out who it is. So make sure you're staying tuned to that if you care about trying to figure it out who it is beforehand. Now moving on, we have a whole bunch of most feared strategy items. However, these strat items only work in solos, solo battles, and the most feared special head-to-head event. So if you're playing MUT Champs or regular head-to-head, these strat items will not be working at all. They only work in solos, solo battles, and the special most feared head-to-head event that should be dropping along with part 1 of this promo. So here we have the menacing monolith. You know, I'm not gonna go too crazy into these strat items. They kind of are what they are. You get plus 20 height, plus 20 catching, but you get minus 20 stamina, minus 10 speed, and whatnot. This is the menacing monolith. Here's the sinister strength. You get plus 20 strength, but minus 20 agility and all this other bonuses you see on screen. Receivers run. You get plus 20 catching traffic, minus 10 medium route running, minus 10 short route running. Here's another strat item. You get plus 10 man, plus 10 zone, minus 10 strength, minus 5 jumping, minus 10 catching, yada yada yada. And here we have the halfback havoc. You get plus 10 trucking, plus 10 break tackle, but minus 20 spin move and minus 10 change of direction. Also minus 20 juke move. Oof. Now moving on, we have the Jack-O-Lantern token. Now these Jack-O-Lantern tokens you can put in the sets, and they'll give you a random pack from past promos on Halloween day. So if that's something you're interested in, you can collect these tokens, put them in the sets, and then on Halloween day you'll receive a trick or treat pack containing a random pack from past programs. So that's something cool that we can play with and see what we can get. Now moving on to the sets. This is where the Arcana and the regular champion sets differ. Now here is the regular most feared champion set. This is for Marshawn Lynch and all the other regular most feared champions. They require any 5 87 to 88 overall players to get the 90 overall most feared champion. So this is what you're going to need for the regular champions, just any 5 87 to 88 overall players. But if we move on to the Arcana most feared champions, you need any 3 87 to 88 overall players and 2 87 overall most feared players to receive a 90 overall Arcana player. So depending on what champions you want to get, you're gonna have to make sure you understand the right cards you're going to need. If you want an Arcana champion, you can't get any 5 87 to 88 overall players. You need any 3 87 to 88 overall players, and you need 2 87 overall most feared players if you want any of the Arcana players. Now if you're not looking for the Arcana players and you just want the regular 90 overall most feared champions, then you can just use any 5 87 to 80 overall players. So just make sure you're taking note of that distinction when doing the sets tomorrow, and you're not buying the wrong cards for the wrong set that you want. That's gonna do it for the most feared program. It's nothing too crazy. You know, I thought we get some crazier cards for part 1 of the most feared program, but it is a 4-part program, so we still got 3 more to come, and we're probably gonna get some crazy stuff on Halloween day, so I can't wait. But overall, this is the most feared program. I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me. You know, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, help your boy out here. This has been the scouting report for Most Feared, and stay tuned for some Most Feared content, because I'm definitely going to record some gameplay with these cards and let you guys know how they play and how they feel, and if these cards are actually worth your money. So stay tuned for that, and I appreciate y'all rocking with me. It's been your boy Kilo. Till next time, signing out.